Hello Divine Beings, I'm back now continuing on with the Author Talk series. We're going to now look at chapter 4 from the book, which is Awakening with a Purpose. And this section of the book is now exploring the 4D state of consciousness, which I've titled Stirring in the Polarity of the Fourth Dimension State of Consciousness. It's now where I'm at a point where I've come to that realization that I need to accept my mother's passing. So in chapter 3, I was talking about how I went through the different stages of grief. The last stage is acceptance, and I'm finally sort of stepping into that place in 2015 to accept that life needs to go on and I need to find maybe some purpose or meaning in life. And it all came together when my best friend invited me to attend this coaching weekend seminar, and the question was finding your purpose in life. And I went for 2 days and I said, yes, I'm open to these things, let's just see what it's all about. And it was a really eventful weekend, because it was in that moment when she turned to me and said, do you want to work with children? I instantly, without hesitation, said yes. And I knew that by me working on myself, I was able to be the best version of myself for my children. And maybe something out of that we could teach other families and other children as well. So it was also during that weekend where we did this exercise. We had to sit opposite each other and you had to express what is love. And you had a 5-minute timer, and the other person had to sit and listen, and your friend would say the words, what is love? Love is whatever, okay? And I remember when I was the one speaking, you know, you do the general love is a feeling, love is a newborn baby, love is the feeling you have towards your family members, etc., etc. But then I ran out of things, and I remember the coach saying to us, if you run out of words, just sit opposite each other and stare. And I remember looking at my best friend, and we were just like focused on each other's eyes, and there was this overwhelming tears that would come to my eyes. I can't remember if it was for her too, but I remember tears coming to my eyes, because it was almost like we were telepathically expressing love without words. And when the buzzer went off, we just like put our arms around each other and hugged each other, weeping, because it was in that moment where we realized love doesn't even have to be expressed in words. Love is this, it's an emotion, but it's also this energetic feeling that was in the room. And when you're just having that one-on-one glance with someone, you don't even have to express it in words. It just takes over. It's bigger than all of us, okay? So it was a really interesting weekend. I remember going home on the Sunday going, yeah, I want to work with children, I need to work on myself. And at that time, the big buzzword was mindfulness. And I'm a type of person, when I get into a topic, I do a deep dive. I research, I watch videos, I'll get books, I'll do whatever it takes, because I just get so fixated on being the best student I can in my topic. And I went to the library and I borrowed Mindfulness, Finding Peace in a Frantic World by Mark Williams. And I said to my bestie, you need to get this book as well, and we need to practice mindfulness. We need to learn the art of meditation over 8 weeks, and apparently it changes your life. And I remember each morning at 6 o'clock, I'd go to my lounge room, I'd listen, I'd put it in my headset, and I'd be sitting there going, and I'm just listening to this man talk in a very calm voice. And I remember at the start I was a little bit fidgety, and you know, you go for an itch, and because that's your ego, that's your body finding ways to distract you. And then eventually by week 4, I was just like, I was in. It totally made sense to me. I loved to watch the the breath, breathing in and breathing out. It was almost like hearing the ocean. You felt the ebb and flow of the breath. And I remember by week 4, I was getting less triggered when there was conflict at home or my children weren't doing what I asked them to do. I was actually able to pause, and I was actually able to witness my thoughts and see, oh my gosh, look at that negativity, look at that disruption that I have in my thought pattern. And I was able to sort of be the glitch and stop that from progressing as an outward projection. Okay, so this is when I knew mindfulness was the key to changing my life. And then I was dedicated. I said, that's it, I've got to enroll myself in a 6-week course. And it was really cool to be with different people. And it was almost like, if you've seen the movie The Breakfast Club in the 80s, we were all different characters from all walks of life, but we all had a common theme. We wanted to manage our mind. We wanted to get better at managing those disruptive thoughts and triggers, and just become the master of thyself. And so this is where we took it to the next level. And we were committed, my bestie and I. We wanted to make a business out of this, so we flew to Sydney, we did a course, and that's when Present Mindfulness Academy was born. And we came back, and 2017 we just kick-started. We created an 8-week stress reduction course, and we were fortunate. I believe we did 3 from memory, maybe it was 4, but I remember we did 3 key terms with a cohort of adults, both in Frankston and Williamstown, and it was the best time. I just loved teaching mindfulness. I really enjoyed the package that we had put together. It was relatable, had a lot of us in it, and we were able to deliver that course and change people's lives. And I remember our students came in all a bit frazzled, and it was really hard for them to meditate. But when we went through the different modules and the different techniques and the homework practices that they had, by week 8, when we were sort of certifying them and congratulating them on their achievement, you could see they left as different people. And it humbles me, and I feel honored that I was part of that journey, and I was able to make a difference in their life. And that's when I knew being of service gives you meaning. Being of service gives you purpose in life. And I just really got a buzz out of it. I loved it, and I wanted to do more of it. And then I was fortunate to go to my daughter's grade 1 class, and I think it was 16 weeks there, and it was amazing just to see these young kids sitting cross-legged, and as I would hit the singing bowl, they would just sit there and breathe in and breathe out. And even the teachers would say, I don't know what you've done, but these children have changed, and it's amazing because now we have their focus and their attention. And it made me feel so happy, and it was beautiful to receive a gratitude, sort of like a welcome pack. They all did A4 paper. They wrote letters to me, and I had it as a booklet as a thank you. And that's a beautiful token, that's a keepsake that reminds me of that time when I made a difference in these little kids' lives. And that's the foundation years. We need more mindfulness in our schools to help these students, because the amount of work that they get is quite stressful. But if they can manage their breath, if they can learn how to manage their disruptive, catastrophic thinking, we would have more balanced and well-adjusted adults in the workforce in the next 10 to 15 years. So yes, chapter 4 was the awakening with purpose. I realized that being of service is what I'm here to do, and that was going to be my mission. And so that is what I finish off with. I'll just say that it's so important to journal and work out what is your purpose in life. It can't be just working 9 to 5 in your job. There's got to be more that you must be wanting to do. And I think it's about tapping into your soul, connecting to your spirit, and asking, what am I here to do? What can I teach? How can I lead the way in showing up as the best version of myself, because we all have it in us. We just have to take time to sit and listen. And it's in those silent moments that the answer will drop in, and it will come as an inner calling. And that's what's happened to me. This book was an inner calling. I woke up one morning and I just had this little nudge, you need to write a book. And I remember writing on paper 18 chapters just like that. And even to type it, it was effortless. I would just work on it each night after work and just type away. And that's when I knew I'm supposed to be doing this, because I had no writer's block. It was very easy for me, and I was in flow to put this book together. So I suppose I ask the question to you, what is your purpose? What is your soul's mission? And hopefully you will find that. So that's chapter 4. Bye for now.